I want to take a little time out to acknowledge the heroes that captured the terrorists in the Boston Marathon yesterday. Now I know a lot of you are thinking, great job, police. But I want to acknowledge the citizens that helped the police capture them. Let's review the facts according to the police themselves. First, we had the bombing itself. And they first couple 24 hours they reviewed the footage and everything, and they had all the alphabet teams, FBI, ATF, all of them investigating it, and they didn't tell us much. They didn't get any closer, they didn't get any leads, they couldn't figure out who the suspect was or anything like that. So then they released the photos. Once they released the photos, they got a call shortly after that where the citizens identified who the suspect was. And then they began a manhunt. Now that manhunt went on for a few hours or maybe even a day. And overnight, a citizen gave them a call. There was a shootout at MIT where they apparently shot an officer, which is horrible. They then responded and had a shootout with them. They shot them 200 rounds plus at them, and they couldn't seem to kill or capture them. In fact, the younger one ran over the older one, and that's how he was killed, according to the police. The young one then shot himself, got away from the ATF, Homeland Security, FBI, police, all these, and a manhunt began. They had National Guards and, you know, all the alphabets searching for this 19-year-old kid who was injured. Now I don't know who this kid was, if he was Jason Bourne or whatever, but he sure seemed to be a very powerful and elusive person. Once, after 24 hours, 27 hours of searching for thousands of what you call authorities, they made a news conference and said they believe he got out of the area. That the citizens can now come out of their house and they're no longer in lockdown. Shortly after that, they say about a half an hour after that, a citizen went to his backyard and looked in his boat because he saw blood on it, pulled the tarp up and found the guy. Then he called authorities. Authorities immediately came to the scene and shot hundreds of rounds at the boat. Now you can watch this on the video. You can just Google all this information. You can see the shootings. Now they shot all these rounds at the boat, which we all know is made of fiberglass, and didn't kill him. Then they finally arrested him, and now he's in the hospital. Now back in the old days, when they was looking for somebody, they showed a photo to the public. The public would see them and call them, and they would arrest them. Now that would only take about 5 cops at the most. Now they just had thousands of cops and they couldn't catch him. And what worked? The same old-fashioned way. Release the photo and the citizens find the person and the police can arrest them. Now all of a sudden the people are saying the police did a great job and they heroes. Are you kidding me? What job did they do? They ran around terrorizing innocent people, putting guns in their face, going in their house, and taking them out. They did not, I repeat, they did not have anything to do with the capture of the suspect. Citizens found them. So what's the real motive, people? They're acclimating you to getting used to the military or the police putting guns in your face. Anytime somebody let off a firecracker now, they can do what they call a lockdown, and then they come search the houses, and they say they're looking for the person. They put guns in your face. They beat you. Now I know a lot of you think this isn't possible. Well, I'm sorry. I'm black. And if you grew up in a black community, you know what this means. It's been happening to us for years. Well, guess what? The rest of America is knocking on your door. And the only way it's gonna happen is if you don't believe me. That's the beauty of it. Nah, think logically. Use your mind. If a terrorist attack went down like they said, if they set off a bomb, and because they set off a bomb, the police and military came to the city, shut it down, went door to door, put guns in men, women, and children's faces. Didn't the terrorists successfully use our own forces to terrorize us? Didn't they win? Think about it. And all you law enforcement out there, the good and bad, but especially the good. If you wasn't in Boston, come on, y'all. Speak up. Y'all know it's impossible to have happen. If it was me, and y'all shot 200 rounds at me, 198 would be in my body. And wouldn't no fiberglass boat stop one of them bullets from hitting me? Come on. Are we really that dumb, America? And I know some of you saying, well, if you ain't got nothing to hide, you don't have to worry about the military coming in your place. Well, let me tell you something the black community know. They can change the laws at any day. And as they change the laws, you could be a criminal today, but yesterday you was doing the same thing. You wasn't one. Like with gun laws. So when they come raiding, checking, looking for a fugitive in your house, you better ask yourself, how many bullets you got in your clip? Do you have more than one gun? Can they say it was an arsenal? Do you have a teenager? Are they experimenting with marijuana? See, you never know what they can say they found when they came in your house looking for that fugitive, and now you're a criminal because you gave up your right to due process, to being served with a warrant. All these things in the name of safety. Well, I'm warning y'all, and I'm doing a documentary of what happened to our community to give y'all another warning. Remember, the only way they gonna succeed is if you don't believe me. Quit looking at these actors on TV. That's right, they're actors. They're not reporters. They just play one on TV. If you want some real news, go to the Drudge Report or go to Infowars.com, Prison Planet. You will see real news. Don't take my word for it. Don't believe me. Watch it. Go to Infowars for 1 month and watch your regular TV and see who are more accurate. Hell, 4 years ago or 5 years ago, Alex Jones of InfoWars made a movie called Police State: Rise of FEMA. Now they say he a conspiracy theorist, but how can he be a conspiracy theorist when everything in his movie is happening? See, black America was never warned. But the rest of America, you're being warned by people like Alex Jones, the Drudge Report. You're just choosing to drink the Kool-Aid. You better wake up, because the next terrorist could be you or one of your kids. Start thinking for yourself, people.